Hello and welcome to PLZ Soccer. I'm Coby Henderson, joined by Aberdeen Hall of Famer these days, Brian Irvine. Brian, how are you doing?
Great, Kobe. Thank you. And that's when you say that Hall of Famer, that really makes me uh, still emotional. Actually, thinking because it was such an emotional event to be in the Hall of Fame. So I can't believe it really. To me, I'm just a fan that's been fortunate to be. I think I've said that before, to be a player and to get recognised with a Hall of Fame award was just amazing. So yeah, that's the highlight of my Aberdeen career, if you like.
Yeah, and of course, there's the Scottish Cup final coming up this month on the 24th of May against Celtic. The last time Aberdeen won the Scottish Cup, Brian, you were the man to score that winning penalty against Celtic 35 years ago. Just talk to me about taking that penalty, when you stepped up for your boyhood team.
I think it was I've always said the real pressure was on the guys before me, the four guys in the sudden death who had to score because Celtic had scored, and so we had to score just to keep to get to the next one. So the pressure was on me, obviously, just like everybody else, but it was less pressure, and it was a win-win pressure. It was, there was no. I wouldn't have liked to think of how I'd have dealt with it had it still been to just get to the next penalty. When Theo made the great save, you immediately realised this was an opportunity, and he couldn't get there quick enough to hit the penalty. So yeah, I can't really remember the emotion exactly because it's 35 years ago. It's such a long time, but certainly excitement was in my mind at the time, and the thrill of being in the position, even even before you hit it and before it happened, you thought this is just kind of surreal that you're in this position to hit a penalty in such a crucial game and a crucial moment. So yeah, just all the excitement, and as I say, 35 years is a long time. So a lot of the actual memory has aged in my mind with time. But an exciting moment without a doubt, and an exciting climax with the ball going in the back of the net to win the cup. But I say the main thing for me was the pressure was the four guys before in the sudden death who had to score, or Aberdeen were lost the cup.
Yeah, and you said there 35 years. It is a long time. Success for Aberdeen back then was much more frequent than it has been now. At that time, obviously, you would not be thinking it would have been 35 years for Aberdeen to win another Scottish Cup.
No, not really. We've had a number of occasions runners up and over the years, against Rangers and Celtic. It's always hard to if you're not Celtic or Rangers to win the Scottish Cup or any tournament, obviously, in Scotland, which is, I mean, one or two teams have done it, but it's not easy. This is an opportunity for Aberdeen. It's not going to be an easy one. I mean, Celtic are clear favourites, and on the day, if they play if form, they probably will win it. But the great thing with football is you just never know. I think it was a different scenario in our day. Celtic were not quite the team they are now, and so we had a better chance against them. There's similarities in that we played them in the league game just before the end of the season, before the cup final actually, and just as Aberdeen will do in the cup in the league this year. And I think there's similarity as well in 1970 when Aberdeen played Celtic in the league before the cup final as well. So there's that similarity. But you know, Aberdeen came very close just recently when the Tom Rogic goal beat us in the last minute in extra time. I think it was, or at normal time. So we've come close, and just like every fan now, you're excited and expecting the team to do well. And if they perform like say that cup final we were lost in the last kick of the ball to the Rogic goal, that's the minimum that you want the team to do well and perform well. And if you get the result, obviously that will be incredible. And here's hoping. You never know, but it's, as I say, on paper, Celtic would be clear favourites. But as somebody once said, football's not played in paper.
Yeah, I saw a thing the other day. It was 1990. Liverpool won the league. Eubank fought Ben. Crystal Palace reached the FA Cup final, and Aberdeen won the League Cup, the Scottish Cup final. So you just never know. But there was more than 100,000 fans, I'm pretty sure, at that parade. I mean, what would the memories from them be like? And can you imagine the scenes now down Union Street if Aberdeen were to clinch the Scottish Cup?
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing. I mean, I went to the 2014 celebration when we won the League Cup, and it was I found that quite emotional. Obviously, not involved as a player at all, not involved in any capacity with the club as other than a supporter at the time. But for all fans who would ever go to a celebration, having been on the bus in 1990 and been in the what you call it, the in amongst the supporters in Union Street in 2014, it was just the same buzz you got. So you'll get the same buzz whether you're a fan or a player. But you know, certainly going back to 1990, that was just the icing the cake after an amazing game to go down Union Street. I remember the bus stopping just outside Bridge of Dee, and we got off the team bus and got onto an open deck bus that had been prepared, and with our wives and family on the bus. And then we did the bus journey. Stopped at the townhouse and out onto the townhouse balcony with the cup. So yeah, amazing memories and wonderful memories that you'll never forget.
Yeah, and you're meeting the players or some of the players from that team soon. Is it an event coming up? You must be looking forward to seeing them again.
Oh, very much. I was on I got a text from John McLeish. It's Alec McLeish's son who's organising the event, and I think that'll be really exciting. That's, I think, the 21st or 22nd of May at the music hall. So really excited, and like anything like this as well, Coby, just it's a great opportunity to meet former players. I mean, I saw Charlie at the Hall of Fame in January. I hadn't seen him since that night of the cup final when we said goodbye. And Charlie went to, well, I've seen him again when I played against him with Celtic. As a teammate, that was the last you kind of were with him on a day-to-day basis. And then after, you go your separate ways. That's what happens with football. You just all do your own thing. And so it'd be great to meet up with the guys, Big Alec, Hans, Theo, myself, and who's the other one that's just going to help me with my memory here. There's five of us, I think. There's one more. Try to think. Hans, Charlie, myself, Alec, and Theo. No, that's it. That's
Yeah,
the five of us.
yeah. And just looking on to earlier this season, obviously the last time Aberdeen met Celtic at Hampden was that 6-0 semi-final. Do you feel that could, weigh on the players' minds going into it? Could that cause, a mental, barrier maybe?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, the league game probably won't be a bearing either, because I think obviously Celtic have won the league. There'll be nothing to play for as such other than for Celtic, but then Aberdeen may have all to play for, going for the third spot. So, I don't think the league game will have any bearing on it. And the League Cup 6-0 really players have got to put it out their mind. It's history, and it was a bad experience, and like the worst scenario, that's the worst scenario. It could happen again. We're not so much 6-0, but Celtic recently, for example, beaten St Johnstone 5-0 in the semi in their quarter final game to get to the semis, and they won the game against Dundee United to win the league 5-0 as well. So on their form and on their when these games after the first half hour both stood at 0-0, and that's the way it is against Celtic, and so it just takes the being able to deal with the situation and maybe get to, as long as the game goes on at 0-0, 1-0 or one each, if it's 1-1 or whatever the score, and you've got a chance. But with Celtic, if you lose a goal and lose a second one quickly, they just overrun you, and so that would be the danger. But no, the 6-0's history. The game in the league game in the 14th of May, this coming couple of weeks' time, that's going to be more of a factor, because Aberdeen will have plenty to play for, and they'll be going for that third spot in the league. So that'll be a more realistic idea of what to expect in the final.
Yeah, and obviously you spoke about the third spot in the league there. What have you made of Jimmy Thelin in his first season? A Scottish Cup semi-final, Scottish Cup final, and it's still all to play for that third spot.
Yeah, I think it's been a fantastic season. He's done really, really, really well. The form at the start of the season was unbelievable, where it wasn't just about winning and drawing, it was wins. Just incredible record of winning every game in the League Cup and the league, and just momentum was building. And then obviously that 6-0 game in the semi-final against Celtic in the League Cup sort of derailed us a little bit, and we're on a sort of bad run. But we're out of that now, and we're in a decent enough again run. Not as good as the start of the season, which was kind of hard to replicate. But we're in a decent run just now. So over the whole season, it's been a fantastic season to reflect on just now. I think with the new signings, they'll take time to settle. Scandinavian boys and whatnot, there's quite a number, and the signings have made, and the Australian one looks exciting. So there's exciting signings. They don't just come in and settle in right away. They'll take time, and it'll be next season before we see the benefit of the team settled down and working in Aberdeen. And building on what they've done this year, it's exciting times for Aberdeen, I think, to look forward to for the league in the coming seasons.
Yeah, and before I let you go, I do just have to ask for that prediction for the cup final. How do you feel it could pan out?
Yeah. I mean, I'll give a prediction Aberdeen win, which won't really mean anything because Aberdeen have got to win on the park. But you can hope that it's just on the day Celtic aren't at their best, and so we take advantage of it and manage to. I think you can't even. Well, St Johnstone beat Celtic 1-0. And then they lose 5-0 in the cup semi. So it's going to be could be like that. It's either going to be a 1-0 win or a heavy defeat. I don't know. But yeah, I predict. Let's go for 1-0. But I don't know if it will be realistically the opportunity of a 1-0 win.
Brian, that's great. Thanks very much for speaking to me today.